Welcome to the start of my Medieval 2 Total War Discord tournament. Now, this is part of the Discord update that I've brought through into my Discord. Basically, there's 4 different teams: Mordor, Gondor, Elves and Dwarves, and they battle in a series of events taking place from starting a couple of weeks ago all the way to December. In December there'll be a big grand final event, and that's where most of the money can be won. From now until then there's going to be £100 worth of stuff prize pool at least, so that's going to be Steam gift cards and Steam keys for different games, and it will add up to around about £100, probably a bit more. So if you want to get involved, join my Discord. I've explained it loads of times in different videos, but yeah, there's definitely events to be played and money to be won. Hot seats, Medieval 2 Total War tournaments, Rome Total War tournaments, and lots of stuff. And this is the first tournament battle that we're going to see. It's Cherno Alpha versus Waffles. There's another match later as well that I'll be showing today between another 2 players. So Cherno here, he represents the Dwarves team, and don't worry, you don't need to know anything about Lord of the Rings, they're just the names. And Waffles here, I believe he represents the Elves, yeah, that's right. They brought their armies. There's lots of different custom rules in this, 4 cav max, 4 missile unit max and stuff like that. Battle time must be 30 minutes. And yeah, so of course we can see a catapult being brought here by Cherno. You can just see it in the distance there. Waffles has gone for the HRE, Cherno has gone for the French. So we're getting a German versus French battle here. Who's going to win? Well, let's find out. So yeah, if you want to take part in any of these tournaments and score some points for your team, then just join my Discord, ask around, ask to be on a team like I want to be in, I don't know, Gondor for example. Someone will rank you up. Alright, so his crossbows are moving forwards. He's gone for crossbows, and what has he gone for? Scots Guard. Ah, an arch unit. I saw Scots, I assumed Scotland, but no, I expected them to be wearing kilts, is what I'm trying to say, not French armour. His crossbows are taking a few hits, but I'm sure he'll return fire soon. He's got his catapult there ready, but right now it's just a missile skirmish. They're both holding their troops back, which I think is a way for both of them to do this, I think. Always pulling his missile troops backwards. He might be taking a few more hits than he would have liked to there. He's pulling a load of troops backwards. Ooh, those crossbowmen are doing some nice work to him there. He's having to pull back. Doesn't want to pull back too far because it's not a massive map. He's got to be careful of backing too far into the corner. And he don't want to leave his catapult behind as well, because he needs to keep his catapult safe. Yeah, 1 cavalry charge on that, and that's silenced. He's got some cavalry here defending it, some noble knights, but yeah, he's got to be careful with that. He don't want it to be too far away from his main army. Crossbowmen are now firing at the catapult. They don't have any fire arrows because they didn't bring archers, so they won't be able to burn it down. In this tournament it's 8 different players, 2 players from each team, and of course you can score points. Single elimination bracket, so whoever loses is out. If you get 3rd and 4th place, you get 2 points for your team. Points help you in the grand final, which is where most of the money is, so points are mostly, they're not valuable right now, but once it comes to the grand final you can use those points for quite a big advantage. So 3rd and 4th place get 2 points for their team, 2nd place gets 5 points for their team, 1st place gets 12 points, plus a £4 Steam gift card. So not bad for 1st place, and the rest, those points are going to come in handy when the big grand final starts in December. That's just a quick rundown there of the prize pool whilst we're waiting for some actual action to start. It looks like France lost some cavalry units here to crossbow fire. Yeah, keep your cavalry away from that. But yeah, it seems like the HRE here has slight missile advantage, and he's definitely using that to its full potential here. getting lots of extra kills. And when the French try and charge in their cavalry, they just take a lot of losses and they respond with cavalry of their own. So they're just having to keep on pulling back. They need to concentrate more missile fire on their crossbows, getting loose formation as well, because they're in tight formation now and they're taking a lot of losses from it. Well, actually, they're not taking that many, but still, loose formation would be better here. It seems like he has charged forwards, but it looks like he's pulling back. Neither of them seem to be willing to engage in this. They don't want to waste the cavalry over here. Oh, but he's now getting shot in the back. Don't know why he keeps sending his cavalry forward. I know it's to try and get the crossbowmen, but what he needs to do is he needs to kill those with his archers. He's thinking about it. He wants to go for the catapult, but no, he's... Cherno here, he's got his cavalry covering it. They're not going to get through to that just yet. So yeah, whoever loses this is eliminated on their first match. If you don't know these players here, they've already played a lot of matches in a qualifier. Only like 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 matches to try and qualify to represent their team. Because we had... Of course, there's only 8 players allowed in the main tournament, and there was about 60 people who could have signed up, so we had to have a qualifier sort of thing. Each team had to pick up some members willing to play. They played. The best ones qualified. The others didn't, and now... Yeah, so this is the best of these teams right now. Fighting for those team points and, of course, that bit of money for first place. Right, the catapult, good, it's finally about to fire. Maybe using some of these shots against the crossbowmen would have helped earlier, but it started now. Yeah, it's not as good as the arch unit, but at this current point, I think he kind of just needs to throw everything at these crossbowmen, because he's not making much progress as it is here. Oh, he's got his heavy infantry on the front. They're gonna start getting hit by the crossbow bolts, I bet. Oh god, we got some fire shots coming in. Ooh. Makes them less accurate, I think, but it looks better for me, so it makes the video more entertaining. To the best of my knowledge, I think normal locks have better accuracy, and it's accuracy that he needs right now. Ooh. 3 just burnt there. Ooh, almost hit a cavalry unit. Wow, so far, like, only 10% of 10% of Chernos have been lost, 5% of Waffles has been lost. And the battle's halfway through, and oh no, why is he charging in his cavalry like this? I know the skirmish wasn't going in his favour, but he probably should have waited until they're out of ammo, and now he's got his cavalry surrounded. He's trying to... Right, he might have gotten away. He's trying to chase down their cavalry there. It looks like he got away from that. Archer fire coming in. Okay, so this is good. Their cavalry have moved forwards. He's getting some fire in, and he's getting a lot of kills. Right, that could have been a bad play by Cherno, but that other fire at the end might have just made it worth it. He had a charge over here. Doesn't look like it went to plan. He's lost a lot, and now he's being hit by the crossbows again. Cavalry going forwards once more. Oh, he's lost so many cavalry units on just the middle here. It's like just, there's missiles here, and it's just like no man's zone where all the cavalry have died. Oh, he tried to fire for those cavalry and missed. Why has he got no troops near his catapult? Ah, that could be bad for it. He's trying to rush some cavalry over. I don't know where his cavalry went. Could have sworn he had another unit here. Catapult's being silenced, and that was a good play there by Waffles. Lost a couple of cavalry units to this charge, but yeah, rip Cherno there. That was not good, losing his catapult. Oh yeah, it's all falling apart now. 7%. Waffles has lost 7%. Cherno's lost 20%. Right, he's trying something over here with his cavalry. What's he trying to do? So he's managed to get kind of around. They're responding with their cavalry. Yeah, they're bringing all the cavalry onto this side now. They're about to get charged in the side. I think he should have cavalry advantage over here, at least for now. These reinforcements might mess it up a bit for him. But he's taking a big risk. He's throwing in his cavalry. At this point, I guess there's not much choice he does have. His missile units just weren't good enough compared to the crossbowmen. Yeah, he's getting charged in the back. He's going to lose a lot of cavalry. He's going to kill a lot of HRE cavalry, but I don't know if it's worth it. He's bringing all of his troops forwards. They're very close in range to the crossbows right now. He could lose a lot of infantry there. And he's keeping his troops, his infantry, the most important units, at a safe distance. I love this spear formation. Yeah, the phalanx that they've got. What unit is this? Dismounted Imperial Knights. Or is it Knights for the Landsknecht? Yeah, those ones. Anyway, it seems like... ooh. Has Cherno lost all of his cavalry? Right, he got one squad away, but yeah, he lost a lot of cavalry there. Crossbow darts still pouring in. Getting a few kills on the infantry. Yeah, he should be doing this strategy here. He should have his archers on the front. Because his archers, you know, they're going to run out of ammo and be useless eventually anyway. So if you're going to need any unit as cannon fodder, use them. Not your heavy infantry. Which is what he's doing here. Yeah, his cannon fodder unit is the crossbowman. He's willing to take all these losses on his crossbows. But his troops are far enough behind so that they're safe, but not so far behind that that the crossbowmen are really heavily exposed. Right, he's finally got into loose formation though, which is a good sign. I think this is his general unit. Yeah, this is his general. Right, he almost lost his general on that charge. Waffles here bringing his cavalry on the flank. Oh, look at all those there. Just a line of dead from the crossbows. And he's now having to bring them back to try and defend against this cavalry here, starting to flank. His crossbows are folding in. Surely he must be running out of ammunition soon. I don't know, crossbows always have a lot. And they fire very slowly as well. So I bet he's still got more ammunition than the French do over here. Oh, he's pulled his archers back. I think he's still got a bit of ammo left, and he's just peppering down his heavy infantry. Balanced power going into Waffles' favour here. It's only just in his favour though. It still says it's balanced. It still thinks Cherno could pull this back. I don't know what the AI thinks it could do. I don't know what it can do in this position. I know what it could have done at the start to try and prevent this. As I've said in the video, but I don't know what it could do now. He's just charging forwards at this point. I think he knows why it's over. He has lost 44%, and Waffles has lost 13%. Oh yeah, there's so many dead bodies. He's trying to charge his infantry in. One desperate push. But that's only gonna make it even more in Waffles' favour. Yeah, he's just using his cavalry to slowly encircle him. Infantry's coming in now onto the front. He knows it's time to move them in. His crossbows are at the back safe. And in the charge. Oh, never mind. Have I done? What? Okay, now they're in the fight. And now they're for broken. Oh, unlucky there, Cherno. Unlucky there. Yeah, at this point there's no way Cherno's going to be able to break through this. He's lost far too many troops. And just look at this wall here of just spearmen. And there's swordsmen in there as well. So even if it does have something that can counter the spears, it's still then got to fight the swords. It's like a walking tank, this strategy here. You know, it can fire and its armour is almost impenetrable. That's the strategy that Waffles seems to be going by. Battle is clearly almost done. He's charging in. And he's just going to get destroyed here. Because he doesn't have the morale, he's taking a lot of hits. He's lost 50% of his troops. and the crossbows are still firing in. He's still got archer ammo, I think. Yeah, they've both still got ammo. He's trying to take out the infantry, and now he's making some progress because he's actually using his archers on the infantry, the way how Waffles was doing to him. So yeah, he's making some progress there, but now the cavalry come in to silence. Yeah, it's already happened over there. Archers have been silenced. But yeah, most of his kills probably came from him killing their infantry here with archers. If he'd found a way to have missile advantage and been doing that the way how Waffles was doing it to him, then he could have probably won this battle. That's just my advice, of course. I'm no professional, of course. Defeat has been admitted, and there we go. So well done, Waffles, representing the elves there. He's got 1,030 kills, and Cherno representing the dwarves, 425. He's now eliminated from the tournament, and Waffles goes through. So far he's earned at least 2 points for his team, which puts the elves tied in first place with the overall scoring, that is. But he's still in the tournament and he can still score more points. If he goes on to win, there's another 10 more points he can make, which will definitely put his team in first place. Well done, Waffles, and good game by Cherno there. And now welcome to the second battle of today's video. Today is of course just the first two battles out of the first 4 that I'm going to show. Tomorrow is going to be the 2 semi-final, and on either Sunday or Monday, depending on when they can complete their matches. So yeah, on either Sunday or Monday, the final should be shown, and that's going to be the big match. Just one game that day. And so yeah, I can't remember where I was. Can you hear this? That clicking sound there, that's my mouse. It's quite a loud mouse. I've just I bought myself a silent mouse yesterday, so that when you click, you can't really hear it click. It's much quieter, so it should be better for videos. It's just arrived now, I was just taking a parcel. Just thought some of you might be interested. So in this one, we have Turan representing the dwarves, playing as Spain. He's got some conquistadors. He's got some crossbows, playing as the Spanish, of course. Dismounted conquistadors and some more heavy cavalry over there. Another catapult, but he's brought crossbows, so that should be interesting. Over here, fighting him, we have the elves yet again, played by Dominion R, or OK Dominioner, however you pronounce that. His troops are a bit all over the place, but he's having to deal with this currently. He's brought crossbows as well. Yeah, I think crossbows are definitely the way to go. He's playing as the HRE. He's got his, bringing in those lang-necked pikemen there. A very similar strategy to Waffles, it seems. Yeah, almost the exact same army build. Some Teutonic Knights again. Probably is actually the same. Heavy infantry, yeah, just a load of heavy infantry. Really, just fanatics? Maybe he had some money spare, I don't know. And over here we got some more heavy infantry. Alright, so he did back himself up into a corner. I'm glad to see that he's kind of moving out of it now. It doesn't actually seem to work in your favour, because the map is so flat, backing yourself up into a corner. It just means that you're going to get surrounded and you won't be able to manoeuvre your troops out of there. So being in the corner doesn't help all too much. He's bringing his cavalry forwards. What's he planning on doing with these? This is a very early attack he seems to be going for here. Gonna try and take a quick pick on the crossbows maybe, perhaps? No, he's pulling out. He sees the risk. Yeah, his cavalry don't really have that good armour, so they're gonna get torn to pieces by those crossbowmen or any missile fire. And no, he's going in for it again. I don't know what he's doing. He's losing a lot of cavalry right now to crossbows unnecessarily. It's like if he went in first and pulled back and never did it again, that makes sense. That's fine. But to make the same mistake twice, I don't know what he was thinking there. Oh, it looks like he's getting surrounded. Yeah, the HMU seem to have a load more troops. Maybe they're just stretching out a bit longer, but yeah, they seem to have loads more troops than Spain right now. Look, if they even go way over here. Now, a lot of it is light infantry, of course. There's a lot of religious fanatics there, so maybe he's just making numbers with those fanatics rather than going for upgrades. So yeah, it seems like the HMU has gone for numbers advantage. Cavalry coming in after the religious fanatics. Come on, kill those Christians. Kill them all. And for the crossbows as well. Okay, now that was a good charge by Cherno. That's a good use of the cavalry there. Taking out the crossbows. They've of course tried to retaliate with cavalry. It might be, yeah, I was about to say it might be best to pull the cavalry out, but look at that there. He wiped out almost a full squad of crossbows and religious fanatics, and he only lost like 30 cavalry units there. Cavalry's going back into the fight there. Back into his cavalry and versus the religious fanatics. Ooh. Oh, he didn't defend his crossbows, so now... Oh, this battle is so much more deadly. Like, they're not responding as quickly to each other as the others. It's just cavalry charging in for the crossbows very early on. Same again. Wow, this battle's so much messier compared to the last one. What's happening over here? Right, so he saved himself over here, he's brought his infantry up. It's just a cavalry on missile mess and then some random religious fanatics over here. Right, he's bringing in some infantry over to help with the situation. Yeah, pull your cavalry out of there and let the infantry deal with those. Now, that would be my advice. Cavalry fighting cavalry. He's pulling his cavalry back. He knows this is lost, especially now the pikemen are here. So yeah, he's pulling his troops back. Remember, the loser, of course, gets eliminated. The winner goes through. And guarantees at least 2 points for his team. If they go on winning, they'll just win more. Right, it seems like, yeah, Cherno has mostly pulled back. He's got his infantry here. Cavalry, they've broken. Oh, his cavalry's broken. Yeah, so they're getting out of the battle. What's he doing with these? He's charging them forwards, but these are broken now as well. Due to crossbow fire, I'm guessing. But balance of power right now is mostly even. Kills are mostly even. There's a 5% difference in favour of Dominion. So I'll say Dominion is winning right now. Cherno is the one in green, but when I'm spectating, by the way. Ooh, almost got friendly fire. Got to be careful with that catapult. So he's brought in the swordsman now. Fighting the Landsnecht. They managed to get their pikes down. Bringing in some reinforcements as well. Some swordsmen. Yeah, these crossbows here, they're very exposed to the enemy. Maybe pull them back a bit. He's bringing in the dismounted conquistadors now. Letting them deal with the situation. Let's see how good those are. Yeah, Teutonic Order right now, they've got cavalry advantage. They've got cavalry all over the place. Their general here, about to wipe out what looks like the last of Spain's cavalry units. How good are these conquistadors running on foot? Let's see. Yeah, again, cavalry advantage on this side as well. He's probably going to get broken here. He's got his crossbow. Oh no, he's some swordsmen here to reinforce. So those cavalry, yeah, the cavalry are just getting round and destroying his crossbows. And now they're doing a charge into the backs of these. Big morale hit there. Load of losses taken by Cherno. So far, Cherno has lost 50%. Wait. Oh no, Cherno has lost 40%, Dominion has lost 50%, I read it wrong. Or did I? I don't know. You can see it there. I'm confused right now. I've forgotten which way around it is. Right, so percentage of allies killed. So Cherno is green, but when I'm spectating, he's killed 48% of theirs. Enemies have killed... No, enemies killed, not have killed. So Cherno is winning. Every other time I've understood it, I don't know why, but my mind has suddenly gone blank. I just don't get it. I understand that every single time, never had a problem before, but now my mind's gone blank. Like, you know what it is when you can't remember what, I don't know, what light switch it is. You try it every single day, but then there just comes one day where you can't remember which one's for that light and which one's for that light. I'm sure you know what I mean. It's completely gone. I'm sure it will become clearer once the battle continues, but I'm lost. Hopefully you can understand those numbers there. Either way, both have lost 50%. Alright, Cherno here with his crossbows here. His swordsman trying some desperate final stand. Looks like he's starting to get surrounded by the hatchery, but he's trying to cut his way through this way. The catapult has of course been silenced. Dominion bringing some more cavalry around. But his court is religious fanatics. He's going to kill most of those now. Dominion still got his crossbows firing in. So has Cherno as well, but I think Dominion's got a better shot. Just looking at it. This battle's so messy and confusing. Everything's everywhere. Right, Cherno has broken the... Near enough broke... Oh no. Has broken himself. I was going to say he's broken the religious fanatics. But it looks like he's broken himself. He's getting crossbow darts in the back. Not good. He's trying to bring in some reinforcements, rushing these in to help out, trying to get the HRE on the flank. Right, this looks like it's going to be a close one. HRE here fighting the crossbows, pulling back. Probably going to go in for another charge. It might come down to the general as a morale hit. Oh, it seems like Cherno has broken through and won here. He's now done a swoop his troops around. Both have lost over 75%. They're down to their final quarter each. But it looks like Cherno now has the advantage. He doesn't have the cavalry, but he's got the infantry. These dismounted conquistadors. Looks like these troops here might win it for him. The lack of cavalry right now, it's probably not going to matter too much. He's charging his infantry in for the crossbows, I think. And chasing down the missile troops. So yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's just going to chase down all missile troops. It seems like they're trying to charge the general in, but they're having to pull back. Yeah, the general is trying to save the day, the last cavalry unit on the field. But it looks like advantage goes to Cherno right now. Oh, it's actually saying it goes to Dominion, I think. I have no idea who's going to win this. I can't remember. They of course told me who wins, but I can't remember who it was. I've got no idea who's going to win this one. This is a close one. Swords charging in. They take a lot of hits to those crossbows though. Right, we're in the fight now. He's probably going to charge his cavalry in to try and help. Yeah, just keep charging in, then pulling out, I think is the best move. If his crossbows can get a few kills, that would help, but it doesn't. It looks more like they're just getting torn to pieces. I think Cherno has the most troops right now. Balance of power still even. His last cav unit there. That's his general. Yeah, it's general versus general charging there. Get your generals out of there. You gotta be careful. What does Dominion actually have right now? He's got some crossbows. Actually, most of his troops are broken. I think Dominion only has his cavalry left and a few crossbow units. Dominion's general has died. Yeah, they died. That's the morale hit, and I think that's going to be it. Has it broken? No, they're still here. There we go. There goes the cavalry unit. He's gone. and then his general died. So both generals have died. Both sides have lost 90% of their troops. That was a brutal battle. Ooh, look at the balance of power just dipping up and down there. But it looks like Cherno is going to win this, with his final few dismounted conquistadors here. Looks like that's going to be what wins it. What's happening over here? Crossbows. Yeah, that's just a skirmish there with crossbows. I think Cherno has won. After all that, comes down to the final 5% on each side. And I think Cherno has done it. He's pulling his troops back round now to deal with the final enemies. These crossbows. Oh, that was such a close battle. I hope you enjoyed. This was so close compared to that last one. Well done to Cherno there. 1,421 kills and about 1,200 losses if we go by these. He was outnumbered, but of course he spent most of his money on upgrades to make sure his troops are better, I'm guessing. And that's what won it for him. So yeah, he now scores at least 2 points for his team, the Dwarves. And yeah, he of course goes through. Maybe can score more points, maybe win a bit of money, and win the tournament, who knows. Dominion, thank you for playing, but sadly he's been eliminated from the tournament. Hope you've enjoyed. More matches will come tomorrow, the semi-finals tomorrow, and then the big finals should be on either Sunday or Monday, where most of the points and the money should be. Hope you've enjoyed, hope to see you there, and goodbye.